Test, test. Can you hear me?
Test, test, audio check, PSP network. Test, test, audio check, PSP network. Test, test.
Test.
Test, test, audio check, PSP network. Audio check, PSP.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The weather is getting colder. The games are getting fewer. There's less of them.
Yeah.
And we're getting closer to tournament time as the days go by. Hi, good volleyball fans. Alongside Makenzie, Quintus, Todd, Domres, welcoming you to St. Mary's Central High School tonight. I still call it St. Mary's Central, even though it's now on the north side of town, for tonight's WDA Volleyball matchup in the capital city. And this evening, the Demons come across town, Bismarck High, at St. Mary's tonight to take on the Saints. Bismarck 22-8, St. Mary's 9-22. Saints still looking for a signature win, and the Bismarck Demons looking to kind of just stay in that number 2 slot and get ready for tournament play. So, Makenzie, let's talk about that first. Crunch time, right? I mean, we're weighing down now where, as a volleyball team, volleyball player, you want to be playing your best pretty quick here because it's been a ramp up the entire season. Now you want to be playing your best as you get close to tournament time.
Yeah, exactly. Just like you said, you want to ramp up. You want to keep climbing that mountain to, hopefully hit that peak just at the right time during tournaments. But, you want to just keep playing the best that you can closer and closer to the end.
Now we'll get to the Shields standings in just a second here, but this is our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that won't slow you down. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. Let's jump right into those standings. Brought to you tonight by Shields of Minot and Bismarck, proud sponsors of the PSP Network. And Century undefeated. They're the class of the WDA. Bismarck High nipping right at their heels. Those two teams are more or less locked into the top 2 spots. And there's a bit of a logjam and a bit of a dogfight for spots 3, 4, and 5 because you see there's Minot at 12-4, Legacy at 13-5, Dickinson at 12-5. All those teams with games remaining, about 2 or 3 depending on what they have left on their schedule. Dickinson's got a double counter left, which is a bit of an advantage if you're a favored team. Could be 2 big points for the midgets. So, those spots are important because as we profiled before, if you're 3 or 4, you're automatically in the tournament. 5's got to play another game, and so
yep.
and then the other thing that comes into it, Makenzie, is if you can find a way to not be the 4 seed and be in the same bracket as Century, it makes the path to a state tournament that much easier. So there's a lot of things to sort out here the last couple weeks of the WDA season, which makes it fun.
Oh, for sure. It gives you something to watch as a fan and kind of be in the know of what's at stake. And then as a player, you got to know what's going on and know how important these games are and what it means to, win or possibly, potentially lose.
Yeah, and we like to dig into the bracketology, right? So right now, if the season would end before tonight's games, Century would be the 1 seed, and they would square off against Minot North or St. Mary's. Those two teams would tangle in a play-in game. Right now, St. Mary's would be traveling up to Minot North. But those two teams play next week. Minot North and St. Mary's does, so that could flip-flop. Legacy would be the 4 seed right now. They'd play the winner of Dickinson and Turtle Mountain in a play-in game. Bismarck would be your 2 seed. They'd play Williston and Mandan, the winner of that play-in game. And then Minot right now sits as number 3. They'd play the winner of Jamestown and Watford City. So there's the bracketology brought to you by Shields tonight. Lots of things to figure out in the remaining week. There's only 1 week left.
Crazy.
Of the volleyball season. Next Tuesday, November 5th, will be the final, not next Tuesday, sorry, 2 Tuesdays from now. About 10 days remaining in the volleyball season. But yeah, it's coming quick. And thanks again to Shields for bringing you those standings. A Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show rolls on. We'll come back with our Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game and a player profile or 2. Give you our upcoming schedule as there's a big Friday and Saturday night of football here on the PSP Network. And we'll bring you the most recent volleyball poll. The Demons and the Saints. More after this break on the PSP Network.
We've changed our name, but we haven't changed the DNA of who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Todd, Domres, Makenzie, Quintus, and good to have Aaron Wald joining us tonight, running the cameras on the PSP network as we get set for volleyball action, WDA style, the St. Mary's Saints and the Bismarck Demons. I always get a kick out of this matchup. It is the quintessential oxymoron. The Demons and the Saints, kind of like Hell's Angels or Jumbo Shrimp or any other oxymoron you can come up with off the cuff. That's the only ones that I can really remember. But yeah, Bismarck High 22-8. We mentioned number 2 in the standings right now. St. Mary's 9-22. They're sitting at number 9. Here's the most recent Class A and B volleyball polls just came out on Tuesday. So you got Cheyenne and Shanley as 1 and 2. Shanley just got tripped up again in conference play by Fargo Horace the other night. So Century, actually, I voted Century. I get to vote on this poll. I voted them number 1. They are still number 3 in the poll. Horace 4. Bismarck and Davies tied for number 5 right now. There's your most recent volleyball poll brought to you by the Sportscasters and Sports Writers, and Ryan Family Dealership brings you that poll tonight. And, man, check out this schedule. Of course, we got St. Mary's and Bismarck in volleyball tonight. Tomorrow night, for the first time in PSP network history, a quadruple header.
Wow.
On the network.
It's exciting.
It is all big games, folks. Century at Minot High. That one has playoff implications, not so much for Minot. They're locked in as the number 1 seed out of the West, but Century is fighting to get into the playoffs. Mandan and Bismarck have a chance at the 2 seed. Dickinson and St. Mary's, the winner of that one is likely going to get in. They'll for sure get in. The loser could get in, but there's problems if you lose that matchup. And then in 2A football, the number 1 seed is up for grabs in the Magic City, Valley City, and Minot North for the 1 and 2 seeds. Then on Saturday, how about that lineup of playoff games? Mulhall, Lansford, Sherwood at South Prairie Max. Central McLean and Grant County Flasher from Elgin, and Southern McLean at Velvet Drake, Animus Garrison. 7 football games in 2 days, folks.
Holy smokes. That'll be fun, though.
That is fun. We've never tried to pull off more than 3 in a night, but we're divvying up equipment tonight.
Yeah, I saw that in action. I have confidence in you guys.
Just to
be awesome.
Make sure we can pull that off. All right, fans, time now for our player profiles, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. 25 years experience as your heating and air experts, your factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. And let's talk about the junior for the Bismarck Demons. We were going to profile this young lady the last time we were doing a Bismarck High game, but I mistimed it. And so we didn't get a chance to talk about Jordan Rude. And, man, the high flyer, the multi-sport athlete, just does so many good things. She's up there in kills, in blocks, also helped Bismarck High get to the state championship game as a good basketball player. So, Jordan Rude, our player profile tonight, as the junior standout for the Demons.
I'm excited to see her play tonight. I've been gone a little bit, and so I haven't seen Bismarck High play as much tonight, but, I remember seeing her play a lot, last year, and I just was so excited because I just always excited when you see underclassmen come up and just have a little big success. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we get to watch them for another couple of years. And she's one of them. And I'm so excited to see her, what she can do tonight, and just watch her slam the ball.
Well, and yeah, you saw a couple swings right there.
Yeah.
And I guess the jumping ability stands out for me. She's a state runner-up in the high jump, and so she obviously has got some hops. And as a basketball player, that helps. But yeah, you can see she's got big whip with that swing, and they move her around. She'll play some in the middle like she's hitting right now, but she'll get on the outsides as well. And she's been doing big things up in the top 10, the WDA, in both kills and blocks, and all WDA last year in volleyball. So yeah, obviously nobody up there blocking right now, and she's sending them straight down.
Yeah, I love to watch the hitting warm-ups. They got a wide open net, and you can really see those girls that, like you said, are high flyers. They really can put on a show.
And Jordan got to play with her older sister last year. Now she's gone and graduated, and so now Jordan gets kind of the Rude family spotlight.
She's got to, carry the name. I remember watching her sister play last year. That was a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, of course, her sister, Rhea Rude, and yeah, all WDA last year. Definitely angling towards that again. Standout basketball and trackster. There's your player profile tonight, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. It's Jordan Rude, the junior for the Bismarck Demons. All right, fans, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with our player profile for the St. Mary's Saints. But first, we get a chance to tell you that the PSP is going to be your home for the WDA Volleyball Tournament from up in Minot. We'll have every game from the opening round, the semifinals, the loser-out games, the state qualifying games, and your WDA Championship. You can catch it live and direct on the PSP Network. We couldn't be more pleased to be your home for the WDA Volleyball Tournament. First time we're going to cover the WDA Volleyball Tournament as the PSP Network, so we're excited about that. Take a timeout. We'll come back. Our pregame rolls on. We're getting set for the Demons and the Saints from St. Mary's tonight. More after this break on the PSP Network.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
So Carson, how do I become a great football player like you?
Well, practice and having a professional team to answer the call and handle anything you throw their way is also important.
Hey Carson, thanks for teaching crew about community banking at First Western. First Western, you can bank on us.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Now back in our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that won't slow you down. No appointment needed for a stay-in-your-car, drive-through oil change. I was just up at the Ottawa Street location in Bismarck the other day. Love that place. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. Proud sponsor of the pregame show on the PSP Network. Bismarck High 22-8. St. Mary's 9-22. We get set for action tonight from St. Mary's High School. And let's give you our player profile now for the St. Mary's Saints. Brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. 25 years experience and your factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. Find them online at northern-plains.com. Makenzie, let's talk about Addie Kukowski, the senior setter for the St. Mary's Saints. And obviously when you're kind of a right-handed setter, you're going to be with her back turned the whole time here setting in the warm-ups. But yeah, Addie got a really soft set. She was way up there in aces last year and just got a milestone. Got her 1,000th career assist for the St. Mary's Saints. But she's been a spark plug for the Saints ever since we've been covering them.
Yeah, for sure. And just like we talked about with Jordan, she's been getting varsity time since she was a sophomore. So we watched her for a couple of years, which has been fun to, see her, come out as just a young one and then now be a leader on the team. And you're right, she just got her 1,000th assist, which is super exciting as a high school athlete to, reach those milestones. And that's something to be super proud of. And also, one thing that I've always noticed about Addie is her serving. She's solid on the back line back there. She a lot of times comes up and if she doesn't get an ace, she's a lot of times providing a run for the Saints and serving 2 or 3 times, which is huge. And so she's dependable back there, and she's just a good player for the Saints.
Yeah, led the team in aces last year. Led them also in assists this year. Not leading the team in aces, but again leading a team in assists and all the way up to in the top 10 in the WDA. And she got a couple high flyers to set to. You got Lily Cunin and Matea Messer up there in the league leaders in the top 5 in kills. So as a setter, you got that little soft set thing going on. You got a couple big hitters to set it to. That's got to be kind of a kid in the candy store for Addie Kukowski.
Oh, yeah. As a setter, you're nothing if you don't have some hitters. And so it's always fun to, have some of those gals that can really slam it down when, setters a lot of times are kind of the unsung heroes. But, that going in and you take pride in those kills from those girls that just slam it down for you.
There's your player profile for the St. Mary's Saints. The senior, Addie Kukowski, going to get you about 7 digs a night and about 16, 17 assists an evening as she shares the setting duties with the sophomore Sophia Schlinger. And while we're talking about gals that are setters, how can we get more into the thing here is you got Aspen Roltz and number 3 in the WDA, one of our favorites, great all-around player for the Demons. And then, Madison Foster is as good a libero as you'll find in the conference.
She's so much fun to watch, especially for myself because, that was my position. But again, another gal who's been playing, getting some varsity time as a younger underclassman. But she just has such a knack for, just knowing where the ball is going to go and getting some good touches on it to keep the ball in play.
It's going to be a cool night tonight at St. Mary's as during the starting lineups. When we get to the Demon starting lineup, it's Teacher Appreciation Night. Hey, I see a family friend. Wyatt Nagel got picked as one of the teachers that one of the starters for St. Mary's is appreciating tonight. So how cool is that?
I see a family friend also, DJ Etzold.
How cool is that?
I like that they, I've seen other teams do this, recognize the teachers. Teachers are special people.
It's our Valvoline and Snow Change pregame show. Timely services that won't slow you down. No appointment needed for a drive-through oil change locations in about, get it done in about 15 minutes. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. All right. I think we're going to have the prayer and the anthem. So we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the lineups, and we'll get set for our first serve tonight from St. Mary's Central High School, Tony Wald Court, Northwest Bismarck. Is the venue. We're just going to keep it right here for our national anthem. We like doing that on the PSP Network. Let's honor America and our servicemen and women with the prayer tonight and the national anthem.
Heavenly Father, as we come together this evening, we ask you to bless these athletes. Keep them safe from injury and harm. Instill in them respect for each other and reward them for their perseverance. We ask this through the intercession of Mary, the Mother of God, and the matroness of our school, as we pray together. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Mary, Queen of Victory, in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing as we are about to salute the flag of our great nation. At this time, we ask you to remove the headgear, place your right hand over your heart, and stand at attention as we play our national anthem.
Makenzie, I had to look over to see if the band was here. I think they recorded that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really good. As it sounded like the St. Mary's Central Band. I was looking to see how many tubas they had going this evening. So, all right, here's your lineups tonight. As first up for the Bismarck Demons, let's talk about some of the young ladies you'll be hearing about tonight. Madison Foster, right up there in the league leaders as a libero in digs. You talked about Jordan Rude, Aspen Roldson. We like her all-around game. Jensen Hintz has really sprung onto the scene. Hills, Diggs, right up amongst the team leader. Got 17 aces on the season. Maya Williams, one of the only 2 seniors that Bismarck High has. Just a young club for head coach Brianna Klein. And then you got Delana Amitz in the middle, playing a big role for the Demons. And Taylor Mayers had a big swing going this season for Bismarck High. Number 2 on the team in kills is the junior Taylor Mayer. Yeah, Madison Foster and Maya Williams, the only 2 seniors for Brianna Klein. That's quite a nucleus that they have coming back. They'll miss those 2 good senior leaders, but it's still a young club that Brianna Klein has. All right, now as you see the St. Mary's Saints, yeah, they all have a teacher out behind them. And like you said, up on the top of your screen there is a family friend of ours, a nephew, Wyatt Nagel, and then BJ Etzold. Yeah, how cool is this?
Yeah, went to college with BJ.
Yeah, so each of the young ladies for the St. Mary's Saints tonight get to pick a teacher that they want to bring out here for Teacher Appreciation Evening. And so some of them are middle school teachers, some of them are high school teachers, and yeah, pretty cool evening. And like you said, we've seen this a couple, 2-3 times now. Some of the Bismarck schools have picked this off and get to honor somebody that's been important to them and get a photo taken with them. Pretty cool night. All right, so let's talk about some of these young ladies you'll be hearing a lot about for St. Mary's tonight. We talked about Addison Kukowski in her game as a setter, as a senior. Autumn Bossert has really come alive as somebody that we didn't really pick out of the crowd coming into the season. Didn't play much last year, and man, all of a sudden she's up there leading the team in, not leading the team, but right up there in digs, and got 24 aces to lead the team. Lily Cunin, yeah, right beside Matea Messer as the leader in kills as a senior. Natalie Benning, a good multi-sport athlete for St. Mary's, number 3 on the team in kills. Then you get the sophomore setter, Sophia Schlinger, sharing the setting duties with Addie Kukowski. Matea Messer, yeah. Folks, she stuffs the stat sheet in basketball, and she does it also in volleyball.
Yeah.
11 kills, 13 digs, right up there in the league leaders in blocks, and 27 aces to lead the team. So, yeah, she is getting it done again for St. Mary's. If they're going to pick up a win tonight over the Bismarck Demons, Messer's going to have to play a big role. You get Abby Schmitz as a senior, has been doing good things for head coach Erica Traum, and then Sophia Link in that back row, along with Sophia Mayer, our junior and a sophomore, respectively, and doing impressive things for the St. Mary's Saints. The Saints definitely have the advantage in the number of seniors as they roll out. They graduated 6 seniors, and they bring back 5 more, and they got the 1-2 punch, as mentioned, of Matea Messer and Lily Cunin. I just realized I did that from memory.
Wow, that's impressive.
I didn't have my cheat sheet out. I was
impressed.
just trying to look to see if I missed anything. No, didn't.
Nailed it.
All right, fans, other games we'll be tracking for you tonight on your BNC National Bank scoreboard as it's a full slate of WDA volleyball this evening. Minot at Williston, Turtle Mountain at Minot North, Century at Mandan, of course, Bismarck High here at St. Mary's, Dickinson at Watford City, and Jamestown at Legacy. There's your full slate of WDA volleyball games tonight. Yeah, pretty big football game tomorrow night here at St. Mary's. We'll be right back here tomorrow for the Saints football game against the Dickinson Midgets. Toby Schweitzer's team has to win to get in, as Dickinson could still find a way to lose and still get in, but the path would be a bunch easier if the Midgets or the Saints pick up a W tomorrow night over at Schmeeker Field. All right, fans, we're just about set for volleyball. A short break. And we'll come back with our first serve and the action tonight from St. Mary's. The Demons and the Saints coming up next here on the PSP Network.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
A new feature for you tonight in the Bismarck market. We've had this rolling in Minot recently, but check out the North Dakota score feed across the bottom of the screen tonight. You'll be getting live updates from all the volleyball action across the state of North Dakota. And you can already see Linton HMB up 1-0 over Oaks.
So cool. I love it.
It's like we're dang ESPN here.
Pretty much.
All right. Addie Kukowski is set to serve, and we are underway from St. Mary's tonight. Rolled over by the Demons. How about that dig by Kukowski, but it sails just wide, and an early kill for Bismarck High's Jensen Hintz.
Yeah, a little bit of an unconventional kill, kind of a little slow start, but it's one way to get a point, and now it's their serve.
Aspen Roldson will serve. Thanks again to Valvoline and Snow Change for bringing you our pregame tonight. Roldson with a line drive serve. Tipped across by the Saints. Set up for Maya Williams. Oh, big kill.
Yeah, that looked really nice. That was a great set out to her on the right side, and she had a open cross court shot, and she took it and got a kill.
St. Mary's set it up for Abby Schmidt. The Demons handled that, and Bismarck High had the quick 2-0 lead on that BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life's busy. They make managing money easy. Locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Find them online at bnc.bank. Aspen rolls a little long on that serve, and the service error gets St. Mary's their first point of the night. And Saints will send back Autumn Bossert to serve. Line drive. Pass one, pass two. Jensen Hintz with a miss hit for Bismarck High, and we're tied at 2. Bossert gets the single from head coach Erica Traum, and the line drive serve. Dug out by Taylor Mayer. Bumped across by Hintz after Maya Williams played it. Kukowski sets it up to the middle. Oh, big swing.
Huge block there for BHS. That was a really, actually a really nice in-system ball for St. Mary's, and they got it into Matea, but BHS put the block on it, and that's one thing she'll just have to adjust for going forward.
Yeah, you had the Williams-Rude block party set up for Bismarck High. Hintz will serve. Oh, good cutter there for Lily Cunin.
Yeah, that was really good. That was just beyond the 10-foot line there. She took a really good cut cross court there and hit the court just right.
Tied at 3 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Oh, tough serve there by Messer. Good dig by the Demons. Sets up a swing for Jordan Rude, and that is just wide.
The Saints are really coming out and serving aggressively, which I like to see. That, makes BHS have to work a little bit harder for any sort of points that they're going to get, and it's going to just be an advantage to the Saints if they can keep serving this aggressively.
You and I have talked about that a bunch, that if there's one thing that a team can do with that serve to get the other team off system and out of system, and there's a big swing there for Taylor Mayer, a kill for her. But if you can get that serve dialed in, it just puts the other team on their heels.
Yeah, it makes them, get a girl, shank a couple passes, and then you get in their head, and that's just, one way to really utilize your arm in the back row.
Middle swing for Cunin, dug out by Rude, set up by Roldson, rolled over by Williams. Messer sets it up. Schmidt backhands it over. Roldson near side, just pushed over by Mayer. Messer sets it up for Kunin. Good cleanup there by Roldson. Taylor Mayer rifles one. Good dig by Messer. Benning goes to the tip. One-handed pancake save. And Bismarck High couldn't get that one over. Little misplay there by Jensen Hintz. And a good rally goes to the Saints. And the Saints will send back Sophia Schlinger as she'll rotate in now for Kukowski. She'll have the setting duties for St. Mary's for these next 3 rotations. Dig by Mayer, bump set by Roldson. Swing for the Demons. Mayer, oh, what a save. Benning took that one off the netting. Set up in the middle. Oh, there's the big middle, Delana Ahmet.
That was a great hit by Delana. She really had to kind of turn her shoulders there, and she, was able to avoid the block by turning and cutting that ball.
Tied at 5. Good start to this one in set 1 from St. Mary's tonight. Bossard with the dig. And Ahmet. Oh, good hustle there by Hintz. Set up for the Saints, however. Kunin cuts it down. I don't think she got out of that, but the changeup worked.
Yeah, well, I think she had no choice then to change it up. The set was a little far out there for her, but she did a great job of adjusting and keeping the ball in play, and this time it was a kill for Kunin and a point for the Saints.
Advanced tonight's game brought to you in part by Minot State. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Set up again for Ahmet. She cuts it cross court, and somebody's in the net. I think that was...
It was Natalie Benning, I think. It looks like.
Yep. Might have been her or Olivia Lundeen, the sophomore. Couldn't tell who the official call was against there, but nonetheless, gives Bismarck High points, side out. And Taylor Mayer, tough serve. Dug out of there by Sophia Link. Pushed over by Lundeen, pushed right back by Hintz. And Bossard just rolls it over. Set up near side. And tooling the block smartly there is Jensen Hintz.
Yeah, she went up and swung really hard. St. Mary's didn't have their block set. They weren't quite together, weren't quite up on the net as much, but great job by BHS swinging hard.
Mayer with a tough serve. Tight set for Schlinger. She handled it. Middle for Ahmet. Rifles it off of Link. And a big kill there for Delana Ahmet.
Yeah, nice quick offense by BHS. Able to catch St. Mary's not ready for that block, and they were able to get the kill off of it.
Well, they've had success to that a couple times tonight, that quick hitter in the middle. And Mayer has snacked a couple. Messer and Link. Benning bumps it over. Roldson goes for the dump kill. Messer sets it up. Bossard with a big swing. Good block by the Demons. Near side, tipped over. Hintz. Cleaned up nicely there by Schlinger. Demons in attack mode. And there's Delana Ahmet one more time.
Yeah, again, she just is able to, turn her shoulders just enough to get that cross kill. It's working for her tonight.
And mid-set here, the Demons have stacked a few on the serve of Taylor Mayer. Bossard plays it right back to her. Off the block it goes. Messer pushes it far corner. First touch tonight for Madison Foster. Hintz again. Back row attack for Messer. Foster with a tight set. Right up trying to kill that one was Roldson, and it's going to work. That's just good recognition there by Aspen Roldson.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like the Saints just need to, and I think a smart timeout. They're kind of look like they're a little jumbled. They need a little bit of more communication within the team, and Coach will get them reined in here.
Yeah, it's the First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court. Locations in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. Let's get your Ryan Family Dealership replay of this action with a tough serve. It was the tight set for rolled across. She handled it. Set up for the middle. Delana rifles it off of Link for a kill for Bismarck High. Early on, set 1, Bismarck High 10, St. Mary's 6. Set 1 continues here from St. Mary's after this timeout on the PSP Network.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Taylor Maris stacked a few serving. St. Mary's. It's a big hit for Natalie Benning in the side out just as head coach Erica Traum drew it up.
Yep, you're right. And that was a great swing by Natalie.
10-7. Bismarck High by a field goal. Well, you got the Demon student section tonight dressed up in their Halloween costumes. St. Mary's, what's that? The red? Oh, there's a big solo block by Bossert. Cut shot. No, just wide for the Demons' Jensen Hintz.
Huge block for Bossert. She's only 5'4".
Yep.
I mean, so it says. But great job.
Yeah, like we said, we kind of profiled her in the lineups that Autumn Bossert's been playing really well for St. Mary's. They set it up in the middle to Messer. Oh, a lot of thunder on that one, but it just sails wide.
Yeah, and I would like to see her keep doing that. Just make the adjustment to keep that ball in, but I'd like to see Matea swinging.
Hey, fans, Planet Pizza helps bring you tonight's game. Your mouth and belly will thank you. Call them now at 701-852-1700. Planet Pizza, serving the Magic City for over 25 years.
So what's the opposite of a broadcaster's jinx? I just said I want to see Matea keep swinging, and she slammed that one.
That is the opposite. That is just the positive reinforcement.
Okay.
From a broadcaster.
I'll take it.
And that one had some heat on it, folks. Messer with the big swing and the kill. And Kukowski right back to serve. Quick hitter for Rude. Link plays it. Kukowski back set. Abby Schmidt. Yes!
Great swing by Abby Schmidt. Addie did a good job of keeping that ball, getting her a good set, but that's not an easy angle for Schmidt to take that, and she did the best she could, and that was a great kill.
Bismarck High stacked a couple on the Taylor Mayer serve, and now the Saints stack a couple with Addie Kukowski. Set up for Hintz, and Jensen tools the block smartly, and it goes out. A point for Bismarck.
She's got a really great swing. She hits the ball hard, and she, knows where she's going with it. And she does a good job.
Roldson, just long. That's a couple now for her. Service errors. And the Saints crawl back within one. 12-11. Biggest lead here in set one has been 10-7 in favor of Bismarck High. Autumn Bossert to the libero Foster. Set up for Maya Williams. St. Mary's hustling. St. Mary's got it back. Roldson sets it up. Mayer again. Check that. That was Jensen Hintz. I beg your pardon. Middle for Messer. Double block there. Kunin pushes it over. Demons go to the Rude swing, and she tattoos it.
That was a great job by BHS to keep that play going. When St. Mary's is playing scrappy like that, you have to really be on your toes because you don't know when the ball is going to come over. And sometimes you think you've got a kill, but they've gotten it up, and you got to stay aware. And great job. They were able to win that rally.
Hintz with the serve. Tipped over by Kukowski. Oh, almost a pancake dig there by Foster.
Almost went off of her foot, actually.
Timely tip across by the setter Kukowski. She gets the dump kill. And Matea Messer serves.
Great serve.
Ace is the place. We're tied at 13. Matea Messer right up there amongst the team leaders in aces with 27 on the season. Another tough serve. Hintz plays it. Bumped over by Roldson. Good first pass for the Saints. Sets up Kunin. Double block for the Demons. Tight set. And on a tee, there it was for Jordan Rude, and she capitalizes.
Yep, good awareness. She saw that ball come in. It was just right into her hands, basically over the net, and she took advantage.
A good first set. Let's get your Ryan Family Dealership replay as the officials are going to converge here. Timely tip across by the setter, Kukowski. She gets the dump kill by Ryan Family Dealership. And Matea Messer serves. How about that serve?
Great serve.
That was
came back with another one just right after it.
Timely tip across by the setter, Kukowski. Ryan Family Dealership brings you those replays. Saints have a little bit of trouble with it, and they just couldn't inch it over.
Different type of aggressive serve on that. She went for the short shot, you could say. And a lot of times as a volleyball player, that if you can't read the serve, that can be a hard one to pass. That's a better one.
Kunin tips it. Good play there by Mayer. Gets it to Williams. Dig for Messer. Swing for Kunin. Cross court in.
Just got the line. Great hit.
The Demons were lobbying because it was right in front of their bench, and I think a few of them thought, oh, I don't know if that caught the line, but
it was close, but I think the line judge had a better view of it.
And the down judge signaled it right away that he thought it was in as well. Roldson will set it up. Swing there for Taylor Mayer, and she rips one off the side of the block. And Maya Williams serves for the Demons. Benning with another big hit. Taylor Mayer rolls it. Set up for Kunin. Yes!
Lily's having a great night out there on the outside. She's gotten a lot of kills going that cross court. I'd keep it up if I were her until it doesn't work anymore.
And a back and forth affair here in set one has Bismarck leading 16-15. Kunin just long for the Saints. I'll get a little config problem on our replays tonight. We got the audio going on those, so we'll get that taken care of after set one here. Oh, there's an ace.
That was a great serve. That was almost looked like it could hit the tape, and I wonder if Matea thought maybe it was going to and adjusted for that. But good job.
Taylor Mayer with her 12th kill, or ace, I beg your pardon, of the season. Mayer dug out by Bossert. Right back to her. Autumn off the top of the block. Good set there for Roldson. Big swing for Hintz. Good dig by the Saints. Set up for Lundeen. Schlinger to Messer. Bossert tips. Good cleanup there by the Demons. Sent over by Ahmet. Saints hustling. Bossert played over by Link. Saints in scramble mode. And off the block. There goes Jensen Hintz. Big first set for her.
Yeah, Hintz did a great job of swinging hard on that. Like you said, Saints were out of system. So there's maybe half a block that went up. But so she took advantage of an open net.
Another line drive serve there by Mayer. Oh, Schlinger caught him napping.
Great choice. We haven't seen that yet tonight. And so the Demons weren't ready for it. And it was a point for the Saints.
Now, just when Bismarck High had stacked a couple on that serve of Taylor Mayer, Saints get it back. And they'll send Sophia Mayer back. 27 aces on the season for Mayer. Oh, and she hits the top of the tape. St. Mary's up one, or check that, Century up 1-0 on your ND score feed on the bottom of your live stream tonight. Linked with another good dig. Oh, a little miscommunication there. Good adjustment by Messer. Middle hit for Rude, and Saints are in the nets. And it's going to be a First International Bank and Trust timeout in the court. Bismarck leading 21-16 in a Ryan Family Dealership replay. Recent action here. Yeah, we'll get that one squared away. As again, a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court. Full service, family owned, independent bank. Find them online at fibt.com. Bismarck leading 21-16 here in set 1.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Todd Domres, Makenzie Quintus, and Aaron Wald back with you at St. Mary's as Madison Foster serves for the Demons. Bismarck High on top by 5. Oh,
Love that.
big thunder for Matea Messer.
It's a great set for her. You know, we talked about she's such a great basketball player. That approach is kind of like a layup approach.
Yep.
She really has that down, and she's swinging really hard. And those are just fun to watch.
Couple good side out plays for the Saints to stem the tide here, but Bismarck High still leads by 4 here in set 1. Foster with a good first pass, left-handed over by Roldson. Saints have a chance, tipped wide for Messer.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot that she could do with that one. That set was a little bit low for her, so she did what she could, but unfortunately wasn't kept in play.
And now the junior Aspen Roldson serves. Messer again. Roldson to Foster to Williams. St. Mary's got a piece of that. Kukowski will set it up middle to Messer. Tip cleaned up there by Mayer. Right back to her. I checked that. That's Jensen Hintz. And man, big first set for Jensen Hintz. She's been money for the Demons here in set 1.
Yeah, she's doing a really great job. Saints struggling a little bit on their blocking on the outside for the Demons, and they're able to get a lot of points off of that right now.
Bismarck High closing in on a serve pro set point. Saints wide for Bossert, and it is a serve pro set point. 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's serve pro. Roldson will do the honors for Bismarck High. And her third service error here in the first set keeps the Saints alive temporarily, but now a side out will do it for the Demons here in set 1. Bossert will sub out, and the Saints are going to bring in the junior Lily Griffin. Back set for Hintz again. Sent over by Lily Kunin off the Abby Schmidt set, and she tools the block, does Lily Kunin.
Yeah, she mixed it up a little bit there. She's been going cross court a lot, but she's going down line, and BHS's block wasn't completely sealed, so Lily got the kill.
Griffin trying to stack a few for the Saints, keep them alive. Dig for Williams. Roldson sets it up Miller for the middle for Rude. Nice play by Sophia Mayer. Free ball over for the Saints. Back set to Kunin. She just has to bump it over. Roldson to Rude. Oh, right down for the middle.
That was pretty. Oh, man.
And set 1 will go to Bismarck High. 25-19. Let's get you Ryan Family Dealership replay. Apologize for the audio here. And the replay, but it's a big hit here for Sophia Mayer. None other than Jordan over for the Saints. Watch this one to close this baby out. Back set to Kunin. St. Mary's has to bump it over. Demons had some good success on Rude. That. Quick hitter in the middle. Nice play by. There was Jordan Rude. Ending set 1 in style for Bismarck High. 25-19 your score in set 1. Demons up 1-0. We'll come back with set 2 after this break on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Here you get a look, folks, at Our Lady of Victory Stadium. When we showed up today, you roll in and you see the placard here, Schmeeker Field, where it's always 65 and sunny. That's what it says right on the sign, where it's always 65 and sunny. And there, the Saints getting some final reps in as they get set for a big game tomorrow night at Schmeeker Field, Our Lady of Victory Stadium here at St. Mary's. Saints and the Dickinson Midgets tomorrow night right here on the PSP Network. All right, let's get you that Ryan Family Dealership replay again of that final play there in set one. Get a big kill here for Jordan Rude to end the first set right on cue. There it is. And we are underway in set two. Swing for Messer. Bismarck High leads 1-0. And you get a kill there for Maya Williams. Off the back row attempt there by Sophia Link. A kill for Williams. What'd you like about Bismarck High's play in set one?
I think their quick offense really worked in their favor. St. Mary's struggled with the block on that, and that got them a lot of points with those quick sets.
Mayer with the dig, pushed to the corner by Bossert. Set up for that quick offense, and Jordan Rude is heating up.
She really got up there on that one. I really noticed that you mentioned she's a high flyer, but oh man, I really saw it on that one. She was high.
She was a whisker away from winning the state high jump. Finished runner-up. Oh, off the tape, and an ace for Aspen Roldson.
She got her serve figured out. She had, I think you said 3 missed serves in the first set, but here she's rattled off three in a row, and ace on the last one.
Hey, fans, tonight's game also brought to you in part by the UPS store in Minot, located on South Broadway in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. Demons up with a quick 3-0 lead. Oh, good dig by Link. Set up in the middle for Messer. Bismarck High got a piece of that. They come right back to Jensen Hintz. Saints had a block up that time. And Hintz didn't get it over the tape. 4 hits on Bismarck High and a point for St. Mary's to get the party started here in set two. Hey fans, our intermissions today, as always, brought to you by Magic Towing. You blow it, they'll tow it, and bring you our in-between set breaks. 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. You mentioned the PSP Network. And you get $50 off your next tow with the good folks at Magic Towing. Jordan Rude just went to the one-hander and found the court.
Yeah, great court awareness there, and great strong hand, too. That's not easy to do with one hand, but she pushed it all the way back to that one spot on the court, and St. Mary's was kind of shifted over to the opposite side, and so it was a wide-open spot for Jordan, and she got the kill.
Lily Cunin on the outside. Oh, good dig there by Libero Foster. Set up for Mayer. Oh, and she hit the antenna.
Yep.
Fans, today's game also brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. Check them out online at minotbraces.com. Bismarck up by 2 here in set 2 over St. Mary's. And Mayer a little too tall. Get your score feed going on there. Horace leading Devils Lake 2-0. Got some Class B scores rolling in from across the state as well. I love that feature.
So cool.
Messer goes to the changeup off the tape. Rude plays it. Then Roldson, flat-footed attack for Williams. Set up again for Cunin. Tipped over into the block of Williams and Rude. Foster goes for the kill. Benning tips. Good hustle there by Roldson. Williams gives St. Mary's a free ball. Kukowski sets it up for Schmidt. Oh, big block. Oh, good hustle by the Saints. Kunin over the net, along with Roldson. Messer played there by Hintz. Quick hitter for Rude, and she threw the changeup at Matea Messer.
Yeah, that was I'm not quite sure how that came off of her hand, but it's not how it usually does, very hard. And I think Matea was expecting a quicker ball coming at her, and she was already diving for the ball and unfortunately wasn't able to get it.
Jordan Rude warming up here. Is St. Mary's going to get a point on that one?
Yeah.
Natalie Benning has the biggest smile on her face. Like, how did I get a kill out of that?
Sometimes you get lucky.
Hey, fans, you can shop Ryan Family Dealerships locations in Minot and Williston. Find them online at driveryan.com. Proud sponsor of our instant replay on the PSP network. Maya Williams off the top of the block. Set up for Kunin. And off of the block of Williams and Omets, and a kill for Lily Kunin.
Lily's having a great night tonight for the Saints. It's fun seeing her swing so hard.
St. Mary's has had some moments here. They haven't been outclassed in long stretches by the higher-seeded Demons so far. Omet got a lot on that one. Back row attack. Here comes Messer. Oh, and a big block for Delana Omet.
Yeah, that was a huge block because Matea did not leave anything left of that one. She hit that ball very hard, but great job by BHS.
And on the side out, the Demons lead on your BNC National Bank scoreboard, 6-5. Back row attack for Bossard, and couldn't get underneath that one. The attack error goes to Bismarck High. Now, I mentioned BNC National Bank, banking and wealth management services with their locations in North Dakota, Arizona, and Minnesota. And the Saints found the court.
Great job by Lily there. She, went down line, and that's an open corner back there, and she was able to get the kill. So she's had kills over on the outside, kills on the right side. She's having a great night.
Briar Johnner checks in for a back row in the Bismarck Demons. Demons serve it up to Hintz, played by Roldson, sent over by Mayer. Back row for Lily Kunin. Good first pass for Foster to Omet. St. Mary's got a piece of that. Now here comes Bossert. Rips, diving dig for Foster. Flipped over by Omet. Messer, Kunin and Bossert got tangled up. And a rip. Ooh, with authority, Taylor Mayer.
Yeah, that was a great hit. She went right down line there. Sophia Schlinger tried to, basically I think she was putting her hands up to protect herself, but great hit by BHS.
Yeah, that might have been the hardest thunder of the night.
You know, those line shots are hard to defend. And
a service error for Taylor Mayer makes it 8-7. Bismarck High on top. We can tell you that Shields is a proud sponsor of the PSP Network. Got everything from footwear to fashion. Find them online at shields.com. They're a proud sponsor of the PSP Network. What would the red, is it a red out or what is that?
So I asked because I was curious. It's they're parting the Red Sea. I think you can see Moses over there.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Another big swing for Jensen Hintz as she parted the sea, all right. Parting the Red Sea with and hey, Moses. He doesn't have a cane over there. He's got a broom.
Yeah. Hoping for we're not gonna have a sweep by St. Mary's, but
and he took the beard off too. So Rude and Messer jousting at the net. Schlinger bumps it over, played by Johnner. Oh, nice left-handed tip and a kill for the setter, Aspen Roldson.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Aspen, and that's one of the advantages of you get when you have a tall setter and you're running a 5-1. She's in the front row, so she has the option to make plays like that.
Set up for Lundeen. Roldson flips it over. Back set to Bossert. Cranks and wide. And kind of just like they did in set one, Bismarck High, mid-set here, flexing a little bit of muscle. Messer, hello.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a great set for her. She had their timing down perfect. She went up there and with authority, she really put it down. I like to see that.
These two teams played back earlier this season. 3-1 win for Bismarck High at Carl Gardner on September 10th. Matea Messer led St. Mary's with 16 kills. Jordan Rude with 14. Delana Ahmet, 11. And you get an ace there for Addie Kukowski. The last 10 meetings in this series have been dominated by Bismarck High, winning 9 out of 10. Last St. Mary's win was in the quarterfinals of the WDA in 2024. The 5-seed St. Mary's beat the 4-seed Bismarck High. And Hintz hit the net. And the Saints get a couple back when they were down by 4.
And it's just like we talked, Addie's got a very aggressive serve. That wasn't a perfect pass, and so BHS wasn't able to set anything up, and point for the Saints.
Rude rips one down again from the middle.
And then when you have Rude in the middle, sometimes you can just make anything work.
Get your Ryan Family Dealership replay of that one quickly while they got subs coming in. Quick hitter. Bing, bang, down. Ryan Family Dealership brings you that replay on all of our PSP network broadcasts. Roldson with a line drive serve. Messer goes to the tip. Oh, nice block. Williams right there for Bismarck High. It's been a couple times in that quick hitter for St. Mary's that they've gotten it almost too close to the net, and the options are limited then for whoever's been in the middle for St. Mary's.
Yes, you're right.
This time they give her a little bit more space, and it ricochets off of the rafters for Messer.
Yeah, that's a great set for her. Again, she gave it all the juice, and it's so fun to watch Matea when she gets swinging hard like that.
Yeah, and it's a great observation by you, Makenzie, because we've done a number of St. Mary's games, and there's quite a few times that Messer just goes to that kind of two-handed push.
Yep.
That is, it's still in the arsenal, but man, she is going to the attack and the hard swing.
Yeah, and I like to see her going to the attack more so than using that two-handed push. That can come in handy sometimes, but it's not going to work every time, especially if you have to go do it multiple times. The defense is going to catch on to that.
Jordan Rude goes to the changeup, gets a kill for the Demons. Paintbrushes it over. And Jensen Hintz serves for Bismarck High. Bossert with touch 1, touch 2 by Schmidt, sent over by Mayer, set up for Williams. No, just wide.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking she's going to want back. That was a perfect pass. Great set. Just wasn't able to keep it in the court.
Well, Matea Messer, one of the team leaders in aces. Tough serve, tight set. Sets it up for Jordan Rude, cleaned up by St. Mary's. Benning gets a swing. Williams again, played by Kukowski, but no Saint could track it down, and it's a kill for the senior Maya Williams. Bismarck High on that BNC National Bank scoreboard leads 15-12. Demons leading 1-0 in the match. Good first pass there by Messer. But a tight set for Kunin again, and the Demon block party is set up nicely. And you get a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court. Founded in 1910. You can find them online at FIBT, First International Bank and Trust timeout. And I'll get your Ryan Family Dealership replay here of the action. Set up for Jordan Rude, and she tattoos another one from the middle. Thanks to Ryan Family Dealership for bringing that replay, and set 2 continues here in just a moment. Bismarck High leading 16-12 over St. Mary's, and the Demons up 1-0.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back. ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estfold.
Now be sure to like and follow us on our social media platforms of Facebook, X. Find out the latest happenings on the PSP network. Nice tip there by Natalie Benning gives St. Mary's a point.
Yeah, she did a great job of trying to get it over the block and did just enough to tip it off of their hands and was unplayable by BHS.
If you follow us also on our YouTube channel, you'll get notifications whenever a new broadcast goes live for the PSP network. And we just eclipsed 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. That is a huge milestone for the PSP network. One of the fastest growing media companies in North Dakota is PSP. And how about that fast kill there for Delana Ahmet?
And a lot of credit to Aspen Roldson on that, because that was a very tight pass, and she jumped up and was able to give them just the perfect set by just using her athleticism to basically stay out of the net and jump to set that.
Benning has a chance. Lundeen finds the spot.
Great changeup by Lundeen.
Well, Bismarck High, their lead is trimmed to 3, 17-14 on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. See there, Davies leading South 2-1. Now North Dakota score feed, bottom of the live stream. Nice dig by Kunin. Sets up Lundeen right to the libero Foster. Mayer sends it over flat-footed. Back to Lundeen. She rolls it. Oh, in! Well, back row receive, and the decision was to let it go, and that one hits the line.
One thing that I think is worth pointing out is anytime that the Saints are out of system where the setter maybe takes the first ball, Matea Messer's taking that second ball, and it's obvious that she's the one who's supposed to take it. And that's kind of unique to see as your front row middle playing back row and, the person that they want taking that second ball. And she does a good job. She's got great control, puts up a good set for the Saints when they're out of system. Just something you don't see every day.
Yeah, and there's a kill there for Delana Ahmet. It's kind of evidenced by, Messer has got assist numbers.
Yeah.
She's got kills, she's got digs, she's got blocks, and she gets a few assists because, as you said, they're kind of leaning on here for that second touch. Tough serve there by Mayer, sets up the Demons. Hintz rises. Oh, wow. Right back on the Saints side. The Demons side, I beg your pardon. Benning rips. 2 Demons catapult over each other. Set up for Benning again. Goes to the tip. How about that rally?
That was great court awareness by Natalie Benning. They were not ready in that spot, not even close. The defense was on their heels on that that right side. Great job by Natalie seeing that open spot.
How about that hustle? Oh, there was the catapult. Oh, and there is the setup for Benning with the tip. How about that?
Yeah, there was a ton of great saves in that rally.
You had 2 Demons in the back row. Just out.
That was close.
Oh, if St. Mary's comes back to win that one, I'm going to mark that one down. That has a chance to be your move of the game right there. Even though it was a great save by the Demons, it ended up being a point.
And, sometimes you get a great save, but those are out of system balls and you're not organized like you should be, and that's a great opportunity for the other side to put it in an open spot because you're not where you typically would be.
Jordan Rood has been feeling it here in set 1 and set 2. She's had a few looks on the outside tonight, but man, most of her punishment has been coming from the middle.
Yeah, she's swinging really well out of the middle.
Ahmet with a serve. Tight set for Schlinger. She couldn't handle it. Good hustle by Messer, but it's a point there for Bismarck High. Tough serve for Delana Ahmet. And the broadcaster jinx worked the wrong way that time.
Just never know.
Yeah, we said Delana Ahmet. You look at Bismarck High, they're certainly going to miss Madison Foster and Maya Williams, but they have got quite a nucleus that they will bring back next year.
Which I feel like I've noticed this season there's so many teams. There's a lot of seniors on a lot of these teams, a lot of juniors, and so for them to only have two, and like you said, they're two very important players on their team this year. But that's exciting for BHS.
Saints get an ace there from Addie Kukowski. It hit the antenna for the Demons. Serve to Johnner. Set up by Roldson. Back row attack there for Mayer. Swing for Bossert. Demons got a piece of it. Oh, there is Messer rising and tipping.
Great net play by Messer and great dig by the libero for the Saints.
And the senior Kukowski has stacked a couple. Good first pass there by Mayer. Sets up Rude, but that rifles wide. And here comes the Saints. (21-20). All of a sudden, it's just a 1-point lead for the Demons. Another good serve by Kukowski. Hustle by Hintz. Sent over by Mayer. Free ball for St. Mary's. Can they take advantage? Another tight set for Messer, and the Saints got that one blocked on a big block for the Demons. That's, the middle play has worked for St. Mary's, but there's been a few times tonight where it's been so tight that the middle has had no opportunity.
Yeah, I would have almost liked to see them maybe go outside or even on the right side because they haven't gone right a lot, but they had a really great pass because off of that free ball. I think BHS knew it was going to Matea because they've been using her so much, which is great, but that's the advantage of using your middle is that it should open up the outside and the right side for you.
Autumn Bossert gets a kill as it ricochets off the Demon block. And the Saints hanging around here in set 2. Looking to even this one up at 1 set apiece. Demons still have that 1-point advantage. Set up for Rude. Oh, how about that dig? Oh, and then it hit the rafters.
Shoot. Yeah, that was a great hit, but great job by that libero again to get under that. Goes to show how hard she hit it because she got under that ball and it went straight to the rafters.
Yeah, and then you had Saints converging, but then when it redirected off the rafters, then there was no chance. Hintz serves, set by Messer. Kukowski to Kunin. Foster will bump set it. Williams goes to the tip. Yes! And you're going to get a Serve Pro set point upcoming here for Bismarck High. Serve Pro 24/7 emergency service. Trained technicians, advanced water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. Get you a Ryan Family Dealership replay of that last kill for the Bismarck Demons. There it was. The change-up tip for Maya Williams sets up Bismarck High here late in set 2. The Demons leading 24-21, looking to go up 2-1. Reminder, we'll get you a BNC scoreboard update here in just a moment. You can see them scrolling across the bottom of your screen. St. Mary's checked at Century leading 2-0 over Mandan. Other games we'll be tracking tonight in the West has Minot and Williston, Minot and Turtle Mountain. We mentioned Century up 2-0 over Mandan, Dickinson at Watford City, and Jamestown at Legacy. There's your games on the WDA volleyball slate on a Thursday night in North Dakota. Jensen Hintz on a Serve Pro set point. Saints need a side out to hang around. Bossert with a pass. Set up for Kunin. Off the block, yes.
St. Mary's has done a really good job. I think every time out they've had a huge hit and kill. So good job by coach there.
Yeah.
But that was a really nice pass set spike, just like you want to play in volleyball.
Yeah, the Saints stave off one Serve Pro set point. Messer with a big serve. Good pass. Rude. Yep. And that'll do it for set 2. Saints got close, but Bismarck High wins 25-22. Intermission break coming up, brought to you by Magic Towing. First, Ryan Family Dealership replay. Instant replay of set point there. Jordan Rude closing out again for the Bismarck Demons. Another quick hitter. That time Rude found the spots, and the Demons lead 2-0 here on the PSP network. Now we'll come back after this Magic Towing intermission report with set 3. Magic Towing, 701-509-4011. You blow it, they'll tow it, serving Western North Dakota. Mention the PSP network, and you get $50 off your next tow. Bismarck up 2-0. Set 3 comes up next after this break on the PSP network.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Oh, the broadcaster pet peeve. They took time off the clock, and they started set 3 so fast that we didn't get back in time to show you that Jordan Rude kill to start the affair here in set 3. Matea Messer rips one off the block, couldn't be handled by Mayer, and we're tied up at 1. Advanced tonight's game brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains. Find them online at northern-plains.com. Set up for Williams. Big St. Mary's block there by Schmidt and Messer. Pushed over by Hintz. Hustle by Kukowski. Tipped back. And it's going to be a point for Bismarck High. Saints couldn't get it over. Minor up the game. We'll have our post-game show brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom, and Shots Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. Oh, big hit for Cunin.
Back to that cross court. She's been doing so well tonight. She caught that line just right.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about Madison Foster got recognized as a AVCA, American Volleyball Coaches Association All-American Watch List. Just one of 2 young ladies in North Dakota recognized for that All-American watch. Well, congratulations to her.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Big swing for Mayer, and she got it.
PHS has done a really good job of setting the ball all around. I mean, they've had hits out of Hintz. They've had hits out of Williams, out of Rude, and now, sorry, what was that last one that just hit it?
Mayer, yep.
Mayer, yeah.
That's a great point you make, though, because St. Mary's got a good as a 1-2 punch as anybody, and Messer and Cunin. But Bismarck High, you look at their stats, and you're getting production from a kill basis from Jordan Root on the night basis, Jensen Hintz, Maya Williams, Delana Ahmed, and Taylor Mayer.
Yeah, I forgot about Delana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 5 that are way up there in kills.
Mm-hmm.
Maya Williams dug out by Messer. Set up for Kunig. Goes to the tip. Good spot.
And great job changing that up. Again, she's swinging hard all night, which I love to see. I always like to see the balls being hit hard. But the advantage of doing that is you have the change up and the tip, and a lot of times the defense isn't ready for it.
Saw the tail end of it right there. DriveRyan.com is Ryan Family Dealership's website where you can check out their inventory or shop at their 5 locations in Minot and Williston. Olivia Lundeen off the top of the block. Saints up by 1 here in set 3. Williams with a touch. Messer sets it up. Lundeen blocked at the net. And it didn't get over the net. And just like that, we're tied. Yeah, the other thing about that Foster recognition is she's a libero.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think like a McKenna Nold, somebody like last year from Jamestown that had kills coming out of her ears, would be somebody. But yeah, pretty cool to see somebody playing the back row get that kind of recognition.
Yes, you're so right, Todd, because a lot of times, just like the setters, the passers can be the unsung heroes, and that is the very first touch that you're going to get in volleyball. It's the most important because if that one goes haywire, the whole play can go haywire.
St. Mary's goes to the Schlanger dump kill, and it's going to work. And the other thing about that is our player profile the other night was a libero, and I had somebody comment about it. They're like, when you guys said that she likes to eat leather, that was awesome.
And liberos like to hear that too because they're like, bring it on, Nothing better than a really great, not dig off the face, but where you're, playing it with your hands, and it could have been just a face smasher, but you get your hands up just in time and you get a great play. Nothing is better than that.
Lily Keelan goes to the thumb down cutter. Couldn't find the courts, and Bismarck High creeps out to a 1-point lead here in set 3. And we're analyzing a couple games next week. We're going to pick the one that has the most postseason implications. You got Bismarck High and Century next week, and then also St. Mary's and Minot North. We'll bring you one of those from the capital city. Early next week, we'll make that determination. Jensen Hintz, St. Mary's with a touch. Pushed over by Lundeen. Roldson, Ahmet, yep. Good timing, good spots. Another kill for Delana.
Yeah, great court awareness there. St. Mary's defense was very far back, so that would have been an incredible dig for them to pick up that tip. And so she did a great job of seeing that open court.
And the junior Taylor Mayer serves it up to Sophia Link. Lundeen cross court. Oh, how about that play by Roldson?
A little unconventional, but it worked for her.
Yeah. Well, and she plays 5-1, so she can go up and kill that whenever she wants. And get your Ryan Family Dealership replay of that one as it was coming back over. And just like you said, the recognition for Roldson is, and she does that a lot of times left-handed, that time with the right hand.
Yep.
So, yeah, good play there for the Demons on your Ryan Family Dealership replay. And it's the First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court. Demons lead 8-5, looking for the sweep tonight at St. Mary's.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it. We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Well, they just started playing Cotton Eye Joe here at the break, and some line dancing broke out. And an ace for Taylor Mayer. Bismarck High increases their lead to 4 here. Demons looking to solidify that number 2 seed. Still have an outside chance at the 1 seed. Saints have a little hard time with the serve receive right now. Free ball over for the Demons. Set up for Hintz. He tattoos one off the block.
Yeah, great hit. She has a great approach there, and she goes up with a strong hand and is able to hit that ball so hard that it went right through the St. Mary's block.
Mayer gets the ace. Right from the scorer's table, the down judge was exiting stage right, trying to get out of the way. And I think in all 3 sets, the Demons have got about to this point and built a lead.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Set up for Delana Ahmet, cuts it home. She's had a good night, too. This is going to be a hard pick for a Sport Clips MVP tonight. They keep you looking your best. You can check it online with the hairstylist today at sportclips.com. Bring you that MVP as part of our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show. Dumped over by Schlinger. Hance goes to the backhand. How does that end up a kill?
She did a great job of adjusting and keeping the ball in play, and I think the Saints weren't quite sure how she was going to make that work, and then she did, and so they weren't ready for it.
Link sets it up. Trying to go to the back row attack for Messer. Demons lucky to keep that one alive. Saints get it over to Bossert. Saints a little out of system. Bismarck High. Oh, how about that?
Great dig by Matea. She kept that one alive. She got just underneath that hit by Hintz, and then Bossert was able to just tap it over.
Ryan Smelman dealership look at that one. Did you get a dig kill?
I mean, I don't think so. But
yeah, I mean, technically,
yeah.
You don't see that every day of the week. Miss hit there by Delana Ahmet. St. Mary's stacks a couple. They trail 13-7 on your BNC Bank scoreboard.
We've talked a lot about BHS and how, they have so many hitters. That's one thing we really haven't seen too much tonight is them hitting it into the net or even out of bounds or out of the court. They've done a really good job of, keeping the ball in and sharing it all around.
Set up by the libero Mayer. Good dig by the other libero Foster. And Jensen Hintz goes down the line wide.
I jinxed her.
And you get Sophia Mayer back there with 27 aces for the sophomore. Good serve, tight to the net. Pushed over by Mayer. Check that by Hintz. And running into play, it was Lundeen. Back corner push. They got somebody for St. Mary's in the net, and you're going to get a visitation here.
Yeah, I think they called Aspen Roldson in the net. I think she disagreed. We'll see what they talk about here.
After the game, we'll also have our move of the game brought to you by Serve Pro. Fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. Bring you that move of the contest. You never change the officials' minds.
Nope.
St. Mary's down by 4. Bismarck leading by 4, looking for the sweep of the Demons. Back row rip for Mayer. Set up for Bossert. She just flips it over. Demons have a chance. Quick hitter, middle. Ahmet. Good block there for the Saints. Oh, then you get the you got it, I'll take it.
And I think you got 2 sophomores right there. That goes to show just what we were talking about earlier where, Matea's in the front row now, but when she's in the back row, she's always that second hit. And right there, just a little bit of confusion. It might go to, either underclassmen or what, but it just goes to show what Matea does in the back row for the Saints.
Now there's a joust at the net. 2 high flyers in Messer and Rude, and that time Matea Messer got the best of it. The other thing that Bismarck High, they went out to the Metro Invite just a couple weekends ago in Fargo and played really well. They beat Century in that tournament.
That's right.
And then they lost a hard-fought title match in the gold bracket to highly touted West Fargo Cheyenne. So the Demons, as we mentioned in the pregame, want to be playing your best volleyball at the end of the season, and they are doing that as Abby Schmidt goes to the backslide and couldn't get it off 1 foot, and the Demons lead by 5. Rolled with a tough serve. Messer pushes it. Foster with a good first pass. Williams on top of the net. St. Mary's battling, but they can't save it.
Yeah, that was a good job by Bossert to even get a hand on that block, and then Saints tried to dig it out, but unfortunately ended up, I think, under the net.
Remaining games for these two teams. We mentioned the Saints got Minot North on the 29th, next Tuesday. And then they close the season out at Mandan. Saints go to Williams. Or check that. They went to Schmidt. And there's a big block by Williams.
Yeah, that was very well formed. That was a picture-perfect block, and that was, a great pass and set from St. Mary's, but that block was perfectly formed.
Get your Ryan Family Dealership instant replay of that one. Find them online at driveryan.com. I get the very tail end of it. As the remaining games for Bismarck High, this Saturday they'll be playing up in Williston, a double counter. They got Century next week, and then Legacy to close the season for the Bismarck Demons. First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court. Bismarck High by a touchdown here in set 3, and the Demons lead 2-0.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Roldson serves with the Demons up by 7. Saints need a charge to send this to a 4th set. Bismarck High looking to close it out in 3. Rolled over by Hintz. Set up in the middle. Messer misfires.
That was a tough one for Matea. That ball was set quite a ways off the net, and she kind of was turned funny. So that was going to be a tough one for her to get in the court.
Final for Mandan tonight. Century has swept Mandan 3-0. Roldson serves with their team up 8. Bossert. Oh, up into the rafters.
Great swing by Bossert. That was another one of those kind of almost layup approaches. She went off of one leg there and kind of turned it. Good job.
Legacy picks up a win at home, 3-0 over Jamestown. Getting your these BNC scoreboard updates as I'm watching that score feed at the bottom of the screen, just like all of you at home. Bossert gets the serve into Mayer. Sent over by Rude. Set up for Cunin. Left-handed tip. And there's the Rude-Williams block set up efficiently.
Yeah, they saw that set was not quite where Lily Cunin would prefer it, and they were ready for that tip, and great block.
Jensen Hintz has had a big night for the Demons, and she serves with her team up 8. Good pass there by Messer. Gets it to Schmidt. Oh! In system, but the Saints just couldn't tickle the line.
Yeah, that was so close. But yeah, you were right. That was a perfect pass by Matea.
Hintz serves again, goes to the float. Kukowski to Cunin. Yeah, off the block.
Yeah, and that's exactly where Lily likes it. She's a high flyer as well. She got up there and she was able to go high hands off of BHS's block and point for the Saints.
Bismarck High closing in on the sweep. They lead 20-12. They're up 2-0 on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. Matea Messer, tough serve, but a pass to Roldson, sets up Rude. Oh, there's a block for a point for the Saints. Benning and Cuning do the honors. It's got a few smiles on the Saints side.
Oh, yeah.
After that.
Nothing feels better than a good block.
Good serve by Messer. Saints have a chance. Cunin blocked nicely. Benning tips. Good hustle by Roldson. Foster with the bump set. Here comes Mayer. Long. But there's a tip. And now the junior Jordan Rude will serve it up for the Demons. And she has an ace.
That was a great serve. Not everybody would maybe catch, but that one was floating quite a bit. Didn't look like it was coming over super hard, but it was really moving, and that can be really hard as a serve receive passer to pick that up.
Bosser with touch one. Saints go to Schmidt, and she can't get on top of that one. It goes long. Bismarck High has increased that lead to 10, and they're looking to close this one out in 3 straight tonight. Rude goes to the float. Kunin in the middle. Another big block, but this one goes wide. But what do you get? Oh,
yeah,
just a block that went wide.
Yep.
Minor, our planning team financial advisors, and Shots Crossroads postgame comes up next. Planning team helping clients work towards financial freedom, and Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Roldson to Ahmet, and the timing just a smidge off.
Yeah, but great job by Aspen even getting that set. That was a tight pass. She's really good about going up and staying out of the net, but keeping that ball alive.
Schlingel will serve it for the Saints. And a ripped tattoo there for Taylor Mayer.
Great swing by Taylor Mayer. She had a good approach, and great set by Aspen.
And you get a Serve Pro match point. Advanced technology, trained technicians, it's Serve Pro. Maya Williams, the senior. Dug out by the Saints. Kunin keeps the Saints alive. Nice night for Lily Kunin tonight.
Yeah, she's done really well. She's been a go-to hitter for the Saints, and they really need her because, you know, Matea, everybody knows that Matea's got the hard hand, and she a lot of times is the go-to, but they need more than one.
And now the Demons can end it with a side out. They lead 24-16, a Serve Pro match point. Johnner digs it. Foster, good hustle. Oh, but then Johnner looks around and says, oh, that was mine.
Yeah, that's a bummer because Madison did a great job running that down.
And the Saints stave off one match point. Kunin serves again. Off the tape. Yes, an ace. I was looking over at Brianna Klein, seeing if she wanted to call a timeout tonight for the Demons to set up a play to try to end it, but we say play on.
Yeah, I think she's got good trust in her players that they're going to get a good pass. There it is. Let's see if they can put it down.
Here comes Mayer. Oh, and the Saints are rallying. You had Lundeen and also Benning up there on the block. Saints have stacked a few, and they're within striking distance, but one side out can still close it out. Here comes Ahmet. Yep, and that will do it tonight from St. Mary's. 25-19, Bismarck High wins set 3, and the Demons earn the sweep tonight on the home floor of the St. Mary's Saints. Ryan Family Dealership replay of your final point there. Set up for Delana Ahmet. She cuts it for the match-ending point here on the PSP Network. Stay tuned. Our postgame comes up next. Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads brings you that. After this break on the PSP Network, Bismarck High with the sweep tonight on the road, and they still solidified that number 2 spot in the WDA standings. Back with more after this break on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Now we're back at St. Mary's as Bismarck High gets the sweep tonight on the home floor of the Saints. Demons 3, St. Mary's nothing. It's our Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show, helping clients work towards financial freedom. And Shots Crossroads, you can order online at shotscrossroads.com. And right away, we're going to get into our player of the game tonight. Sport Clips brings you our MVP. You can check online with a hairstylist today. And we welcome into the box tonight, Jensen Hintz. Hey, congratulations, Jensen. Great game. I guess my first question for you is, the swings were working tonight. What was the mindset coming in just to be aggressive tonight?
Earlier this week, I didn't really have like a greatest week, so I just really wanted to go and pound him to the floor. And just have that mindset, then the next one, like, I'm going to get it, and then it just worked.
Yeah, and it was working. You had 8 kills tonight. And one thing I want to ask you about is over at the Metro tournament in Fargo. You guys defeated Century and then had a chance to play Cheyenne for the gold bracket title. How much confidence did that give your team to go there and play well, not just against Century, but against the East teams?
It gave us a lot of confidence. We're definitely going to go into Tuesday next week, pink night. We're going to go into it like, we got this. We're going to do it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, of course. You're talking about the the game next Tuesday night, the rematch against Century, and a team with just 2 seniors. Yourself as an underclassman, this team seems like it's just kind of been growing, and the younger gals like yourself are kind of coming of age. Just talk about that kind of progression throughout the season.
I feel like it made like a deeper connection just because we were a lot younger and we'll spend more time together. And those 2 seniors are really great too. It just brings the whole team together.
Sure. And maybe last question for you. As we get closer and closer to tournament time here, teams want to be playing their best volleyball at the end of the season. Do you feel like you're kind of morphing towards that right now and playing your best?
Yeah, as a team, we're definitely at a high right now, and we're going to stay at that high until state.
Okay, I lied. It wasn't my last question. For yourself, you get to play all around. So you're in the back row, you're serving, you get a lot of swings. How fun is that to be somebody that gets to play all 6 spots?
It's really fun because I get to see the whole court, like each perspective. I get to know what everyone's doing. It's really fun.
Yeah, great game tonight, Jensen.
Thank you.
All right, there's Jensen Hintz, our MVP of the game tonight, brought to you by Sport Clips. Yeah, great game for her as Sport Clips brings you our MVP. Jensen Hintz, your game MVP, again brought to you by Sport Clips. Yeah, well done on the interview, too.
Yeah, she did great.
Bismarck High wins 3-0, and let's take care of a couple other small things here as first, Makenzie, let's talk about this schedule tomorrow night. Yikes.
You gotta start hydrating right now.
How much time do we have? I mean, we got 7 games the next 2 days, so Century and Minot High tomorrow night, Mandan and Bismarck, Dickinson and St. Mary's, Valley City and Minot North. Every one of those has playoff seeding implications on the final night of the regular season in 2A and 3A football. And then you get playoff action, the single A, which is Southern McLean and Belva Drake and Moose Garrison. That's in the first round, but the second round games coming for MLS at South Prairie Max and also Central McLean at Grant County Flasher. Should be a great Friday and Saturday here on the PSP Network for football action as we get to playoff time. All right, you and I didn't get a kind of chance to put a recap on this one, but just thoughts on what you saw at Bismarck High tonight. St. Mary's played well in spurts, certainly, but the Demons just that 4 or 5 gals that they can kind of rotate out. She just paid dividends tonight for Bismarck High.
Absolutely. That's huge for Bismarck High, and for the Saints just could never really get a block set. Was basically, I think, what the difference was, because the Demons were going anywhere, and so they had to anticipate where that set was going to go, and it could go anywhere on the court because they have that many hitters. I think that's really exciting for BHS, and they're so young. They're going to be so much fun to watch in the next couple of years and then for the rest of the season.
I got a couple good kills for Jensen Hintz to play as postgame rolls on here in just a second, but first we got to do our Serve Pro move of the game. Trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. And, this was a play that it ends up in a St. Mary's point, but I just want all of you to watch the hustle here for the Bismarck Demons tonight as you see a dive, you see somebody catapulting over another back row player, and then you see a third player tracking it down for the play. And here's your Serve Pro move of the game.
Hintz rises. Oh, wow. Back on the Saints side. The Demons side, I beg your pardon. Benning rips. 2 Demons catapult over each other. Set up for Benning again. Goes to the tip. How about that? Sets up the Demons. Hintz rises. Oh, wow. Back on the Saints side. The Demons side, I beg your pardon. Benning rips. 2 Demons catapult over each other. Set up for Benning again. Goes to the tip. How about that? Sets up the Demons. Hintz rises. Oh, wow. Back on the Saints side. The Demons side, I beg your pardon. Benning rips. 2 Demons catapult over each other. Set up for Benning again. Goes to the tip. How about that? Sets up the Demons. Messer again.
as
Roldson to Foster to Williams. St. Mary's got a piece of that.
This was in set one. Late.
Kukowski will set it up middle to Messer. Tip cleaned up there by Mayer, right back to her. I checked that. That's Jensen Hintz, and man, big. Messer again.
For Jensen Hintz tonight. All right, well, hey, Makenzie, that was fun, as always.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll get our organization ready here for football tomorrow. We got volleyball coming up next week. We will be right back here at St. Mary's, most likely. We could, depending on some of the activities over the weekend, morph over to Century and Bismarck High. So stay tuned, as we said earlier, to our social media channels of Facebook and X to find out exactly what volleyball games we'll be covering for you next week. All right, that'll put a wrap on us tonight. Big thanks to our scoreboard sponsor tonight, BNC National Bank. Valvoline Instant Oil Change brings you the pregame. Timeout sponsor is First International Bank and Trust. Replays brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Our Serve Pro set match points and a Serve Pro move of the game. Intermissions between sets brought to you by Magic Towing. The player of the game was Jensen Hintz tonight with her 8 kills. And your planning team financial advisors, Shots Crossroads postgame show. Great job by our producer and camera operator tonight, Aaron Wald. For my partner, Makenzie, Quintus, Todd Domres is repeating your final score. Bismarck High with a sweep tonight from St. Mary's, 3-0. That'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, so long from St. Mary's Central High School.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.